right. 10 times better than yesterday.
Oh,
Doesn't look as ugly.
thank God.
Did you bring your tattoo cover-up stuff by chance? What, you guys didn't like it? Can I use it?
As budgets get cut, as funding gets cut,
Ugly today. What?
I believe that community theater is where people are going to turn to find their outlet. The idea of a community coming together to put on a theatrical piece, to have their voices heard, is going to be so important moving forward. With enough effort, with enough teamwork, community theater can happen. I first heard about Fort Peck Summer Theater when I was working in Missoula with Andy Myers. He's the artistic director of Fort Peck Summer Theater. A couple years after we'd become friends, he actually kind of flagged me as someone he wanted to see here in Fort Peck. He approached me about it and explained what it was, and I said, yes, sign me up. When can I start? Because it just sounded so right up my alley. I started with community theater. We all had to help make the show happen behind the scenes as well as on stage. So that's what I knew of theater. Nowhere is that more true than here in Fort Peck. I had absolutely no idea what to expect. There's nothing in Fort Peck. I mean, people told me that, but I didn't believe them. There's nothing in Fort Peck. This theater is shocking. I had never performed in a bigger theater, especially in the state of Montana. I just fell in love with the idea, and I fell in love with the place. This is my 5th season out here. There are countless number of hours of work that go in, both from the resident company that are paid, but also the local volunteers.
Not much is happening instrumentally, so it's the energy just kind of dips there. So
What we refer to as the resident cast or the professional cast, the folks that travel often from around the country to be here. We live out here in Fort Peck.
But yeah, I think going bigger like that is great. It's reading really nicely, especially behind that, in that huge car.
You're going right to that same D flat. So it's the exact note, you just keep going home to, that D flat.
Everyone gets assigned a shop while they're here. And so whenever they're not in rehearsal with me, they are working in the shops and helping to build the set and the costumes and the props. The local cast, most of them are volunteers. They are not trained in theater necessarily or in dance, but they love doing it. So many of the people that are community members have 9-to-5 jobs that they have to be at. So we can actually work with them until the evening time. For them, this is their community theater. Doing theater in Fort Peck, Montana is a challenge, but in all the best ways. It really stretches the creativity of everyone. We're relatively isolated. You know, I can't just walk across the street to Albertsons. I have to drive 20 miles and hope that they have it. And so that's a big thing out here. What is available to us and how can I make that work for what I need? We have to get the word out where we can. A lot of our audience is farmers and ranchers. The radio is actually one of our biggest marketing sources.
We're with the folks from the Fort Peck Summer Theater. We have Megan.
We try and put ourselves out in the community a lot. And we really encourage people that are part of the company to start conversations with people wherever they are, to talk about the theater, to try and get people here. We have to utilize a lot of connections in town to find the things that we need.
Yeah, of course. It's on the back of the credit card.
I think through that, we've really created a strong bond with the community members of Glasgow and of Fort Peck. We would not be able to do the things that we do here if it were not for that connection to the community. And it's all because of the needs that we have here at the theater and the people that are willing to step up and help us out and contribute. Whether people who work in community theater go on to do theater or not, I don't think that's as important as the experience and the knowledge that they gain from doing it. We have a goal, put on a good show. Everyone is involved in working toward this goal. You get to watch people kind of realize, oh, yeah, we really are putting together something. We are working together as a team. One of the most shocking things is when we have a show that's selling out and the parking lot and all the streets outside fill up with cars and we pack this theater with 800 or 900 people. We do a show and people are cheering and it's just a wave of noise coming onto the stage from the audience. We leave the stage and I get changed out of my costume, wash my makeup off, I walk out and it's deserted. 900 people have just fled the area. I don't know where they came from and I don't know where they went, but they came here to see the show and then they went back home. And it's truly incredible when that happens. When we fill up this theater is a really powerful, powerful thing. The community, the board members, the actors and other staff that come in from around the country, we're all one big team working together to put the show up.
Hey, 3 minutes, the house open.
That team effort, the community effort, to me, that's home. To me, that's what theater is. And so being in Fort Peck is like being home for me.